Jada, how's your day going aside from answering the same questions over and over and over again?
My day's going good. We did some good, cool stuff this morning that we're excited about, ready for it to come out. So yeah.
Got it. I'm glad to hear that. Anaya, same question for you. Good day so far aside from the repetition?
Yes, good day. Great day.
And Victoria, two-parter. How's your day going? And where are you today? Because that looks like a beautiful building, but I don't think you're on the Wild and Out tour anymore.
Well, we still are on the Wild and Out tour, but our next show isn't till December. So, yeah, but that has been fun. But my day is going great. You know, we did some cool stuff earlier this morning. I can't give you too much info, but it's coming out soon. And we are at a artist development school, actually the artist development school that we actually met at. And yeah, we're doing our second interview of the day, and we're happy to be here.
So when somebody sees you live on the Wild and Out tour, do they hear Sober and a couple other songs? What do you sing?
So right now we're currently doing our Queens of R&B set with a little bit of something new. So we do our intro, we have our siren call, we do What About Us by Brandy, and then we each get our little solo moments. So I sing Soon As I Get Home by Faith Evans, Anaya sings I'm Going Down by Mary J. Blige, and Victoria is singing Fantasia. Yes, Lose to Win. Period. And then after that, we sing Love by Keisha Cole. We have our little dance break that we also added. In addition to that, we do a dance break to They Not Like by Kendrick Lamar. And then we close with some. Yes.
What, is any of that a cappella? Because I think a lot of people first discovered you three because of how amazing you are with off-the-cuff a cappella. In other words, this is a compliment here. A lot of people have to tune and wait to get ready for a cappella, and you two just sing, and then you three can just do it.
None of it's a cappella, but our intro very much gives like the stuff that we've been putting out on social media, like our covers and stuff. It's very harmonious. It's very much could be a cappella. Yeah.
Wow.
But just know that everything we're singing is live.
Period. The mic is on.
Well, that's a very interesting point, because I'm sure you have fans who want to hear you with the produced tracks and others who want to hear it a cappella. So are there plans to do any of your albums in the future or your EPs in the future, both the a cappella version and the fully produced?
Of course. Yeah, that would be super cool. I think that's a great idea to kind of help merge our acapellas and then also give people produced tracks. So yeah, we're definitely not opposed to doing that.
So going back to being on tour, you know, the tour that you were just doing alongside Escape and SWV, yet the Wild and Out, you're kind of starting out at arenas. Is that a whole new skill set to learn to immediately grab 10,000 people?
I mean, we've been in artist development for a long time, so we kind of know how to do it, but it's definitely an experience starting off in arenas, especially with us just becoming a group. So yeah, it's definitely an experience. But we know how to do it. We were
Universal nodding to that one. We know how to do it. There's no nerves. Just like, think about that for a second there. Just going out and being in front of 10,000 people. Like, the average person would find that very intimidating. Or do you just learn that in artist school where it becomes second nature?
I mean, you know, training definitely plays a part. You know, having the necessary training helps. But when we're on that stage together, we're having fun. Like, you know, even if we notice like the cons, not just the pros, like if there's a little slip up, or like if our mic pack, you know, something fell, you know, we laugh it off and we keep it going. Like we find the humor in a lot of the stuff, like in a lot of the stuff that people will tend to look at as a bad thing. But we're just on that stage singing, having a good time.
And I'm not gonna lie, there is like an adrenaline rush. You get a rush of adrenaline, but I think it helps us. It pushes us to like perform even better.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's more natural to be on the stage than off the stage for the three of you.
I feel like it's natural in all aspects.
Yeah.
Everything comes a little easy.
Yeah.
Everything comes a little
Yeah, we just like that.
But it's good to see when the people out there are having a good time. They're like, okay, like to see them actually rocking with us. Cause you know, a lot of times you could get a dry audience and they looking at you like, who are you and what are you doing up here? But when you see them smiling and like moving into the music, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
So a question I have about your background is your bio talked about how Candy discovered your group because of a viral video of you all harmonizing. Which song was that? Was that I'm Every Woman?
Oh no. We were singing actually, it was Danity Kane. I don't even remember the name of it. It was like I'm addicted to kissing.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Sucker for Love. That's the song.
That's what we were singing.
Yes. Sucker
Wow.
for Love. And she saw it and she was like, who are these girls that are singing that? I must know.
I must know. It's funny though with your influences, hearing Danity Kane, yet seeing an Anita Baker cover and then a Shaka Khan cover. It sounds like 30 to 40 years of pop music is all over the place with your influences.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love all kinds of music.
Yeah, we do.
We get into everything for real.
And I feel like as an artist, I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, you have to study the greats, you know? So you can pick things up and learn things. And we definitely do that. We definitely study the greats and learn from the greats.
And I think
And
that's
I
why
put
a
you
lot
all-
of people.
Oh, I'm rudely interrupting you. That was my fault. You please go ahead. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for.
You're good. No, you're good. I was just saying, like, I think that's why a lot of people rock with us because we're young, but we know all the oldies. We
Yeah.
know the good. We got that soul in us. We love R&B. Like, like she said, we study and we, you know,
Well,
pay
am I
homage
allowed
to the ones that are keeping their things before us.
Totally. So am I allowed to ask what your first concert was, all three of you?
I think my very first concert that I ever went to was Ariana Grande.
Oh.
It was the Dangerous Woman tour.
Same.
Really?
My first concert was, my first concert was Ty Tribbett. You know, I'm a gospel girl. I grew up singing in the church. So Ty Tribbett was my first concert. He actually came to my church and did a concert. And he was fire. Love him. He's a performer. So yeah.
Sure. Well, I've two questions left for all of you, and then I let you go. Then you're free with me. The first question, now Sober charted really high, but as we talked about before, we're not allowed to know everything that's coming up because there's a lot of big things in the works for PsiRyn. What are we allowed to know that's coming up next?
So we're definitely working on the video for Sober. That's definitely coming. Yes. And definitely, I would say like at the top of the year, definitely just working on getting an EP and getting some more songs out there.
Absolutely. And we're still on the Wild and Out tour, like you said. So make sure you guys pull up. It's going to be fun.
Okay, so I'm hearing new music is coming, more tour dates are coming, or are you off the road while you're recording the EP potentially?
Well, we record and then we, you know, go and do our shows.
Yeah.
You know, we have to multitask, get a lot of things done.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Okay, and the last question for you all, and this is a softball. What is the best part about being in PsiRyn?
Aw.
So, for me, I would say the best part is just having two other people that are also in a similar situation as me that can also understand some of the things that I'm going through because we're all going through it together. So it's just being able to have people who are like, who know what you're going through, pretty much. Yeah.
I agree. I would say, being able to build with these girls and learn more about each other. I I genuinely love these girls, and I think that like together we really are something special. You know, I don't see anybody else out here that, you know, what we got. I don't see anybody with what we got. I think that what we have is unique, and I'm just really excited to keep going and keep pushing with these girls.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for your time. I hope to see you live in New York in the near future. Looking forward to that next EP, the next single, and just keep up all the greatness out there.
Thank you so much.
Paltrocast. It's a pleasure to be speaking with all three of you. Very tough scenario because all three of you have about 6 jobs each.
Yes.
You know, Jordan, we go, okay, actress, award-winning singer, etc. But when did you kind of realize that you wanted to do the host portion of your career as well?
You know what's funny? I actually wanted to do it when I was on Idol and I watched Ryan. And I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. I love to read. I love words. You give me a teleprompter and I will be there all day, like reading the words. It's a really like a weird thing about me, but I've always wanted to do it. I love people. I love interacting with people. I love talking to them, bringing them together, kind of bridging those gaps between judge and contestant. And I'd been in that position before. So to be able to be in the middle and kind of go, okay, well, what do you think? Oh, but what did he think? And how you can bring them all together. I really enjoyed doing that.
Right.
So this was a lot of fun for me to be a part of, and I can't wait to be a part of it for like more seasons.
17
2, 3,
more
4.
seasons.
Exactly.
17.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. Syndication being the key word.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Johnny, of course, we first learned about you from figure skating, being champion of champions, and then reality TV, and then broadcasting, and then singing as well. How do you
Steady.
identify?
Steady. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear the question because I was laughing too hard.
In terms of all those job titles, you also have some singing history to what you do. How should we describe your profession these days? Because you've excelled in athletics, broadcasting, creativity, etc.
I'm an entertainer, and every time I get to be welcomed into somebody's living room for them to spend time out of their life with me is such an honor. I don't care if you're laughing at me or with me. I just want you to feel something, especially in a time when everyone's so disconnected from things. So my job is to make people smile. And yes, I've got some singing experience. It's not great. We sang the whole way through filming of Roller
We
Jam.
really did.
We sang the
They
entire
did.
time. No, Terrell got in on it too, but now, like, I love the opportunity to celebrate communities that not everybody knows about, and Roller Jam is definitely one of those. Roller skating has touched everyone's life. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone has roller skated or seen roller skating or been a part of a roller party or something at some point. But now to actually dive in and celebrate the different disciplines, the different crews from different parts of the country, all of that stuff, it's just like this onion of a world where you just keep peeling back layers and learning more and more. And even though it's a competition, it's filled with love. And I love being parts of projects that are supportive, and it just shines a light on something you might not have known about.
I like the onion.
Layers.
The love is so, it sticks to you, you know?
The love is felt.
Honey filled.
Yes.
And Terrell, sorry to leave you out. You know, besides your background in dancing and skating, writer, actor, host, great credits, etc. But are you left out of the singing, or are you singing along with Johnny?
He sang.
First off, you want me to sing if you want cats to show up. If you're trying to collect all the town's cats, they will show up when I start singing. I would never, and we could have 100 seasons. I'm not singing next to her.
That boy can sing.
I'm not singing next to her. No, she's amazing. She's a pop princess, and he's an Olympian. I'm the other guy, and I'm happy being
You're
the
the
other
king
guy.
of skates.
You're the king of
King of
rollers.
Venice
Venice
Beach.
Beach, yes.
King of wheels.
In
the
my
wheelie
world,
king.
I'm great, but I'm not trying to go into that world because that world is tough.
He definitely sang though, but you have to watch the season to see if there are any outtakes where he was singing. He for sure was.
Yes.
Talk
yeah.
about people crying. If they're crying, it's because I'm singing.
Maybe.
Well, I'm not throwing any shade right there, but the last thing I want to know from each of you, the trailer was what gave most of us our first taste, and we hear a great Whitney Houston song in the trailer. But do all of you have an all-time favorite roller skating jam that you can recommend or pass along?
You know, I would probably stick with Whitney, to be honest. I feel like any one of her like up-tempo songs would be fun. I guess you could throw in I Will Always Love You if it's couple skate, you know? But I would definitely stick there. Mariah Carey, maybe some NSYNC. Yeah, there's a lot now that I'm thinking about it.
Swan Lake.
He loves Swan
I
Lake.
love Swan Lake, but no, when I think of roller skating, I think of the disco ball. I think of the 70s. I think of Jackson 5.
I am a Prince fan. Let's Work is going to always be my favorite jam. But also, there's an unknown LA DJ. Shouts out to Egyptian Lover. Used to work with Dr. Dre back in the day. But Egyptian Lover's Egypt, Egypt was my battle song when I was young. So if that song came on, any skater around could get it. That's that cipher that we do at the end. That's where I cipher. So if that song comes on, I try to stretch a little bit, get my back loose.
You ready?
And yeah.
And snap into action. Wait for the battles on our show.
The battles
That's
are
to
amazing.
save people from getting eliminated from the competition. These battles are epic.
I'm waiting for the battles. I'm waiting for the syndication. I'm waiting for that 100th season where Terrell has to sing. And congrats to you on this
Voice of an
debut
angel this
season
one.
of what's going to be a huge franchise.
Oh, thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Oh, I also have to say I love all your bookshelves. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of all
and
the
we
bookshelves
also
you have.
love For King and Country and your great collaboration.
Thank you. Thank you
So
so
keep up
much.
the greatness as well.
Thank you. I will. I appreciate it.
Mo, how's your day going aside from talking to media people, asking you the same questions over and over and over and over again?
I mean, it's not bad. You know, it just started, so you're the first one today, so that's it's not too bad, you know.
Cool. Well, I understand that you have a workout that you're promoting at the moment. Do you want to tell me about it, and then I can ask you the ultra interesting stuff?
Yeah, for sure, dude. So it's basically the Thenar workout. It works the muscle that controls your thumb movement. It's basically just using the Clean Cult laundry detergent sheets, you know, and that's it.
Yeah, so it's fantastic to see that the Tab Lasso role is synonymous with you. But of course, you did a lot before the show. You're doing a lot after the show. But when did you kind of realize that it was going to be this pop culture phenomenon that you didn't have to be a sports fan to like?
You know, I feel so fortunate and lucky because, you know, it's Ted Lasso. The show itself has such good rep. It feels great to be connected to that show for hopefully forever, you know, just for or at least a very long time that people remember that I'm on that show. It's just, you know, like when Clean Cult reached out, they were like, the things that they're giving away, the workout equipment is sheets to clean your stuff. So it's clean sheets. Goalkeeper has clean sheets. You know, like if a goalkeeper has a clean sheet, it means that it's like no goal was scored on him, you know? So it's like,
of course,
I love that, you know, it's whatever it connects it to a show that has such a good rep. It's amazing, you know, it's clever.
Well, the success that you've had with the show reminds me of the American version of The Office. How, yes, it went off the air 7-8 years ago, whatever it is, but forever we associate those people with that. So anytime a corporation wants to do a campaign of showing off how to do this at the office party, they hire the people from The Office. So the way I'm reading it, Mo, you unfortunately have work the next like 10, 15 years.
I mean, if that's true, I'll take it. That's in this economy, I'll take it. And
But
also, thank you for comparing us to The Office, because The Office is it's one of the goats, you know.
For sure. But your credits, of course, also include Trailer Park Boys, a lot of like Canadian institutions of comedy. And if Wikipedia is correct, you were originally going to be a law school kind of dude.
Yeah.
What was it that drew you into comedy in the first place? But because, correct me if I'm wrong, you were never a stand-up.
No, I was never a stand-up, but for me, it's more acting in general. It was never really like, oh yeah, comedy is going to be a thing for me or anything. Like, dude, comedy is for me is like the like, I don't know, but the hardest field in mathematics, the hardest field in science, you know, it's the hardest field in the medical field. Like it's so difficult. Like I will always remember on set with Jason wrote dialogue for me. Like he was just a small part for me. He wrote, and he was like, and I came in the morning, I did it, and then all the crew laughed. Like in the rehearsal, the whole crew laughed the way I did it, and I changed a few things. And then Jason came by and he was like, hey, yo, say it exactly how it's written. like say the commas, say the period, and then he imitated me how I should do it, and I was like, okay, oh, all right, sure. And then I do it, and no one laughs, and I was like, you see, I don't think, like, I didn't say anything, but in my mind I was like, you see, I don't think it's gonna work. Nobody laughed. It doesn't really. I thought the way I did it was funnier, and then the show comes out, and I watched the moment that he changed, and I was like, this is my funniest moment on the show. It's hilarious, and most people keep telling me like, oh my god, this moment was so funny, and I'm like, yeah, that's 100% Jason. Like the sentence becomes an equation. It's an equation, and if you mess it up, it doesn't work. And that moment that I was talking about is the moment with the Nespresso machine, where I tell Keely, I tell her like, hey, can I give you back? Can I give you back the machine, and you can give me money, and you can give me some money? And so I didn't know how to say it. I said it in a way that I thought was funny. The crew laughed, and then I do it the way he tells me that I should do it, and it totally works. So it's like, comedy's tough, man. Comedy is really, really tough. But for me, it was always just acting in general. And then I met Orlando Jones at a Best Buy that I was working at, because I was in university working, and then like to pay the bills, I was working at Best Buy, and then I see Orlando Jones, and then I'm like, oh, you're filming something here? He's like, yeah, I'm filming this this TV show with this director, and I was like, oh, that director did this, and he was like, wait, how do you know directors like that? And I was like, oh, I love the business, I love acting, I love movies, TV shows, but I'm from Montreal, and it's impossible. And he's like, dude, I'm in front of you. Don't say that I'm impossible. I'm literally here. And I was like, wow. And he was like, yo, if you're Canadian and you want to stay here, go to Vancouver. You'll work, because there's not a lot of black people there. And then I was like, oh, what, really? And so the same summer I moved to Vancouver, and then the auditions I had in Vancouver are as big as the auditions I have now, because he was right. There was not a lot of black actors there, And so that's how my journey started in acting, and then I just fell in love with it. And then fast forward, almost a decade later, I'm in LA, and I'm gonna do this play at the Pasadena Playhouse, which is a prestigious playhouse in Los Angeles. It's kind of like off Broadway, basically.
Yeah, to rudely interrupt you, I know way too much about Pasadena because I wrote about David Lee Roth, and Van Halen is Pasadena, and you learn that a lot of Broadway shows workshop there before it's going to go to Broadway or the National.
That's it. Yeah. It totally makes sense, dude. The Pasadena Playhouse is beautiful. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I loved it. And then I'm walking downstairs in the basement of the Playhouse, and it has pictures of everyone who's ever done a play at the Pasadena. So you see Lawrence Fishburne, you see like insane actors. And I look at one, and I see Orlando Jones, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm here thanks to that guy, basically.
Well, Orlando, not that this is the Orlando interview. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him briefly for an Apple TV thing. Nice. You learn that most comedians are amazing actors. And he did his time on Mad TV, which was not his greatest work, but you realize what depth there is in comedians when it comes to acting chops. So I see you and I go, okay, yeah, of course that guy can act. But again, he didn't come from stand-up.
Yeah, no, definitely did come from stand-up. But I'll take the compliment. Thank you very much.
And when you say that there was no black actors basically in that province, that city, there's no black Jewish actors either. So
definitely not.
A lot of boxes there.
yeah, definitely. I am the only one like that.
So, that's something that people only started to realize like in the past few years. I think it was the Jerusalem Post or one of those pieces where you talked about your Orthodox upbringing that people don't really know about. Did that lead to more work or more opportunities, or is that just a Wikipedia good fun fact?
I think it's more just a fun fact, or it's like if I meet other Jews and stuff like that we'll definitely be talking about like Shabbat and stuff like that. Like it was last week, it was Yom Kippur, now it's Sukkot. So it's always like, oh, it's cool. It's always good, to have a community, and like it's something that you can relate to right away, especially in the world right now where it's tough to there's not that much, like way back then it was people would like congregate together. Like people would go to the church or the synagogue or the mosque together, and it was a place where people could like really relate. There's a lot less of that now, and so it's like it's a bit of a reason why there's so much divide everywhere in the world. You know, like not a lot. And I'm not preaching for religion. I'm preaching more for like just people relating to something together. You know, like coming together to talk about the same things and the same things that you love. And so yeah, it's just really cool to have that, you know.
For sure. And where I was going on the career end was I didn't know if the way that Judd Apatow heard Amy Schumer for the first time on Howard Stern went, I can cast that person. I didn't know if somebody said, oh, well, Mo has that background. We have a Yiddish speaking black actor that we need for this. And you're going to go, well, yeah, that's the next project.
Yeah. You know, it hasn't happened yet, but I must say I watched the show on Netflix called Nobody Wants It. And that was really, really good. And I was like, oh my God, I'd love to be in something like that. It was one of the first times that I saw like the synagogue a lot. There's a rabbi in it. Like I was like, this is really, really cool. Like the last time I saw something like that was on Entourage. You know, that was great. That was great. I love seeing that on screen.
For sure. Well, hey, back to you and all that. The Workout is the new project right now, but are we allowed to know where we're going to see you next, or when we're going to see you next, or do we just have to wait for Hollywood Reporter embargoes and all that to lift?
I mean, no. So I did after season 3, a few months after season 3, I did a movie in Canada, but it's an American movie that's going to come out. It was a horror movie, which was an absolute blast. I love doing that. It was with Alex Noyer, the director. It was a lot of fun. Horror is like another genre where it's just so cool, you know. It's a fun thing. It's always smaller budget and it's very intimate, so that was really, really cool. And then I did a independent movie also a few months back that's going to come out maybe next year. That was also a lot of fun to film. So I have two things in the can that should come out at some point.
Is by any chance that horror film something that you did with Paltrocast producing?
No. But Paltrocast is he's a good friend of mine. I love him. PD Beats. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah,
I saw he followed you. He's been promoting horror stuff he did. You just figure, you know, what are the odds with all of that?
Yeah, no, for sure. But we were supposed to do something at some point together. Yeah, he's great. Congrats to him. He just did something too in LA, so good for him.
Our boy is growing up and doing
well.
Yeah. So
are you also Canadian?
Oh yeah, he is. I thought he was from Montreal.
No, but you?
Oh no, Long Island, New York.
Oh, nice. Okay, East Coast, nice.
Have you ever been out here on Long Island?
And I don't think I've been to Long Island, but I've been to New York a bunch. But I don't think I've been to Long Island. But it's super East Coast. It's close to Canada, like it's close to Montreal.
Ultra.